to HEE HAW, starring Buck Owens and Roy Clark.
Hee-haw! I'm Buck.
I'm Roy.
Let's go.
In right now.
Hey, Junior, I see by the papers that up in New York there's a man gets hit by a car every 30 minutes.
Lord, I bet he's getting tired of that by now.
Did you send that Bible to your boy?
Yep, I'm at the post office. He asked me, says, is there anything in that package that could be broken? I said, only the 10 Commandments.
Where do you figure I could find 30,000 cockroaches?
Well, what on earth do you want with them?
Well, I got to move tomorrow, and my lease says I got to leave the place like I found it.
There's more corn around here than the whole state of Kansas.
Hey, you know how to catch a rabbit? Go in the woods and make a noise like a carrot?
Hey, Arch, if you had 25 cents in one pocket and 50 cents in another, what would you have?
I'd have on somebody else's britches.
I hate my mother-in-law.
Well, if it wasn't for your mother-in-law, you wouldn't have your way.
That's another reason I hate her.
Wouldn't that cock your dang pistol?
I'm Miss HEE HAW.
A man who falls in love with a beautiful woman is lucky. And a man who falls in love with a rooster is an insane man.
I'm so lonely, darling, I'll always remember you took my best friend and away you did go. I wish you'd come back, 'cause my heart is broken. You shouldn't have done it, 'cause I miss him so. Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Though seemingly impossible, we once again present the continuing story of the Culhanes of Cornfield County. The story of a small-town country family who some folks might call silly, but we prefer to think of as merely foolish. In today's episode, the Culhanes face the dread plague of locusts. And today we hear Cousin Junior say,
I thought they were grasshoppers. G grass, H hop, don't stop, get your top, P-E-R, grasshopper.
It's the dreaded plague of locusts. Just terrifying.
Never seen anything eat as much as them things do.
There goes old Blue.
Bye, Blue.
I still say they look like grasshoppers. G grass, H hop, don't stop, get your top, P-E-R, grasshopper.
tune in again next time when the Culhanes face the dreaded plague of grasshoppers. And we will hear Cousin Junior say,
looks like locusts to me. G grass, H hop, don't stop, get your top, locusts.
We'll be back right after this. See? I told you so.
You can lead a horse to water, but nothing smells worse than a wet horse.
You don't have to hang from a tree to be a nut.
Junior, how come I seen you eating with your knife at supper?
My fork leaked.
Mona Lisa is a photograph.
Well, your pet name for me
to show business is you just put a bunch of marbles in your mouth and start talking. The first thing you know, a marble will come out and then another, and by the time you lose all your marbles, you're starved.
I had 6 young'uns and you had 11. Then we had 6 more just blooming like flowers. I wish you'd come back and help me, my darling, 'cause your kids and my kids are beating up ours. Well, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I'd found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Hey, wouldn't that churn your butter?
Roy, I'm gonna get me a pair of them lizard shoes, but I don't know what size to get.
Well, what size does your lizard wear?
I ate so much Kentucky bluegrass the other day, I mooed indigo.
You want to hear a good picker?
Cotton or banjo?
Let's find out.
I like the old piano, I like the fiddle too. The guitar makes music awful sweet. But when I pick the banjo, my heart is mighty free. The banjo and the instrument for me. Well, let me hear the banjo. I like that good old 5-string melody. It makes me feel so happy, my heart's so light and free. The banjo and the instrument for me. When I used to court the ladies and flog the old banjo, they gathered round me happy as could be. That's why the cute one liked me, was that she told me so. The banjo and the instrument for me. Well, let me hear the banjo. I like that good old 5-string melody. Well, it makes me feel so happy, my heart's so light and free. The banjo and the instrument for me. Every night they sit upon my knee. That's when I scoot them over just to make a little room. 'Cause the banjo and the instrument for me. Well, let me hear the banjo. I like that good old 5-string melody. Well, it makes me feel so happy, my heart's light and free. The banjo and the instrument for me.
Turns me on.
Well, it's 23 silly minutes before 2 o'clock on a dull and dreary Saturday afternoon in Cornfield County as we find the Culhanes discussing astrology. We listen as Lulu says,
What sign were you born under, Grandpa?
I wasn't born under any sign. I was born over a sign upstairs over Neely's Bar and Grill in Granby Center.
Lulu don't mean that, Grandpa. She means what's your birth sign? What day were you born?
March 35th.
There ain't no March 35th. You must mean April 35th.
Well, on my calendar, there's only one month, March, and it's got 365 days in it.
What picture's on it, Grandpa?
Picture of a nude cow.
Was it the play cow of the month?
Yep, got it directly from Hugh Heifer.
I'm gonna run away from home.
Tune in next week when we hear Junior say,
I'm back.
Wouldn't that put your tail up over your back?
I crossed a sheep with a kangaroo.
What'd you get?
Got me some woolly jumpers.
Here's Charlie Pride.
Today I passed you on the street, and my heart fell at your feet. I can't help it if I'm still in in love with you. Somebody else stood by your side, and they look so satisfied. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Pictures from the past came slowly stealing as I brushed your arm and walked so close to you. And suddenly I got that old time feeling. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Oh, it's hard to know some other lips are gonna kiss you and hold you just the way I used to do. Oh, heaven only knows how much I miss you. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you.
Mountain climbing is habit forming.
You know, honey, since I met you, I can't eat, I can't sleep, and I can't drink.
Why not?
I'm broke.
Here's our special guest star, Minnie Pearl.
Howdy! Just so glad to be here. You all are so nice to drop by, all of you. I'm just so proud to have you. And I'm glad that I've got on a hat so you don't get me mixed up with this little girl right here. That's why I'm going to have you. Well, now, I'll tell you something, though. I wanted my brother to be here today. I knew you'd want to meet him.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks real well this year. We've cut his hair off. Now you can see his eyes. And, you know, now, this thing about my brother has gotten to be the point where people ask me a lot of times, you know, what about my brother? Well, he's the kind of a fella that he pushes a wheelbarrow upside down. And you say, well, why don't you turn it over? He says, they'll put something in it. But he is a clever boy that runs in our family like big feet. Every one of us have to back up to a door if we aim to knock on it. But he is a smart boy. He really is. Come down the road the other morning dragging a log chain. Somebody said, hey, boy, what you doing dragging that chain? Brother said, you ever try pushing one of these things? He come in the blacksmith shop the other morning, minding everybody's business, but his own the old blacksmith just finished working on a horseshoe. You know, you have to get them awful hot to work on them. Blacksmith laid the horseshoe over to one side, and brother come in there meddling around. He picked up that horseshoe. Of course, he dropped it right away. The old blacksmith said, burned you, didn't it? Brother said, no, it just don't take me long to look at a horseshoe.
Don't that fry your taters?
Back in a little bitty minute from now.
KORN. First with the news as far as the county line. This will be your weather report. You take your average weather report. It's usually full of your cloud cover and your intermittent rain, not to mention your warm front. But never mind all that precipitation. Everybody around these parts is talking about the big wind we had the day before last. My gall, she was a ringtail snorter. A bit more twist on her and she might have turned into one of them torpedoes. Bert Bemrose of Minorca Corners has phoned in to tell us that one of his brood hens, standing with her back to that wind, laid the same egg 5 times. That'll be your news. Charlie Ferguson reporting.
We had a girl down home was fat. She had to wear professional underwear.
But I don't believe I'd have told that.
Here is Roy Clark.
Well, Sally used to carry my books to school. Sally was a good old girl. She helped me with my homework because I was a fool. Sally was a good old girl. And if you wanted a kiss or a little bitty squeeze, she was always willing to do her best to please. A girl made to love and not made to tease. Sally was a good old girl. Sally was a good old girl. Sally was a good old girl. But no matter what the request, she gave it her best. Sally was a good old girl. Well, her folks were poor, so she helped all she could. Sally was a good old girl. She was the hardest working girl in the whole neighborhood. But Sally was a good old girl. She'd walk up and down the streets all day, selling neckties to the ones who could pay. But if they couldn't afford them, then she'd give them away. Sally was a good old girl. Sally was a good old girl. Sally was a good old girl. No matter what the request, she gave her best. Sally was a good old girl. She was a favorite with all the men. Sally was a good old girl. And all the women folk, they despised her then. But Sally was a good old girl. All the ladies talked about her, but Sally didn't care. She just kept on working and doing her share. She wound up married to a millionaire. Sally was a good old girl. Sally was a good old girl. Sally was a good old girl. No matter what the request, she gave it her best. I just got to think about Sally. Was a good old girl. Sally was a good old girl. No matter what the request, she gave it her best. Sally was a good old girl. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sally was a good old girl. Sally was a good old girl. No matter what the request, she gave it her best. Sally was a good old girl. Yeah, Sally was a good old girl. Sally was a good old girl. No matter what the request, she gave it her best. Sally was a good old girl.
Wouldn't that sop your gravy?
I crossed a horse with a black widow spider.
What'd you get?
I don't know, but if it bites you, you can ride it to the doctor.
I've been asked to get married 100 times.
Who asked you?
Mammy and Pappy.
Shucks, I was engaged to 4 boys at one time.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. Guess Cupid shot me with a machine gun.
Who makes the sunshine?
The good Lord does.
Who makes the moonshine?
My daddy does.
Oh.
I feel like flying again.
Why? Did you ever fly before?
No, but I felt like it before.
Here are the Hagers.
I was 12 years old when I saw my daddy die. Down in New Orleans town. Got into a cotton game that ended in a fight. And the gambling man shot my daddy down. He told me my daddy cheated him at cards. I had not been around too long. But when I saw how easy my daddy died, somehow I knew the gambling man was wrong. Yeah, wrong. He took me aside, gonna teach me all about life. I listened to what he had to say. That life's a hard road, you gotta walk it by yourself. Now another good man is dead for every step of the way. nobody, whatever you do. That's what the gambling man said. He never knew what he told me was true. Oh, the very next morning, the gambling man was dead. Watch, it was 4:15 when I rode home like a man on that night. Don't you trust nobody, whatever you do. That's what the gambling man said. He never knew what he told me was true. Oh, the very next morning the gambling man was dead. Oh, the very next morning the gambling man was dead.
The difference between a dumb man and a smart man is the smart man is smarter than the dumb man.
I hear Ramona's taking you to court.
Yeah, I hit her with an oak leaf.
An oak leaf? That couldn't have possibly hurt her.
Well, it was an oak leaf from the dining room table.
Why does that cow have no horns? She won't need them. She won't be in any heavy traffic.
Hey, Roy, funniest thing happened. My wife was reading a book called Twin Cities, and we had twins. Then she read a book called Three Musketeers, and we had triplets. Hey, where are you going?
I better get to the house quick. My wife is reading a book called Birth of a Nation.
Hey, Junior, that's a pretty smart dog you got. I saw you playing poker with him last night.
Yeah, but he ain't so smart. Every time he gets a good hand, he wiggles his tail.
What do you call a man who don't believe in birth control?
A daddy.
Remember, you phoned me a-sobbing and crying. Our dog bit your mama out running around. You said she was sick and you thought she was dying. I said, now don't worry, we can buy a new hound. Well, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Picking and grinning time.
I'm a picking.
And I'm a grinning. You know, Grandpa sure is dumb, ain't he?
Why?
Well, he put his hand into a horse's mouth to see how many teeth he had.
Yeah?
And the horse closed his mouth to see how many fingers Grandpa had.
hear that Grandma spilled Grandpa's corn liquor in the taxi?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Well, evidently it ain't leaked out yet. You know, I used to go out with a twin, Buck. I mean, a twin, Buck.
How did you tell them apart?
Well, she didn't look anything like her brother.
I crossed an electric blanket with a toaster.
What'd you get?
I got a machine that pops you out of bed.
Well, you ought to have been with me last night, Buck. I had 2 girls, one I called Rover.
Rover? That's a dog.
You think Rover was a dog, you should have seen the one I had for you. Hey, how many head of cattle do you have?
I don't know. They're always facing the wrong way.
Elephants have peanut breath.
It's taken 4 days to get a picture of my wife.
How come it's taking so long?
We can't get any film that's fast enough to catch her with her mouth shut.
Oh, I know her. That's right.
Wait till you get home.
Hey, is Grandpa's cold getting any better?
Yep. He's beginning to smell again.
Well, it's late afternoon as we look in on the Culhanes of Cornfield County, and today they're making their annual telephone call. We listen as Cousin Clem says,
Hello? Is Grandpa there?
Yep, I'm here.
Is Lulu there?
I'm here. I'm on the extension. Is Junior there?
I'm here. Keep talking. It's your nickel.
How are y'all?
Fine, fine.
Well, I'm going to hang up now, but I'll see all of you in Baltimore on the 13th.
Are you going to be in Baltimore on the 13th?
Nope, but I'll be in Washington with a huge telescope.
Tune in next time when we'll hear Cousin Lulu say,
There's an alligator in my washing machine.
to which Cousin Junior replies,
Is my alligator dry yet?
How's it going, Arch?
Oh, pretty good, Roy. Saturday again, here you are. Right. Say hi to Grandpa and Strang and Junior there.
Oh, howdy, boys.
Howdy, heard you was coming in, so they come down and got a front seat.
Good.
I guess you heard about my terrible misfortune.
Oh.
Yeah, my great-uncle died.
Oh, that's bad.
No, that's good.
How come?
Well, when he died, he left me $50,000.
Oh, that's good.
No, that's bad.
How come?
Well, when the Internal Revenue got through with it, all I had left was $25,000.
Oh, that's bad.
No, that's good.
How come?
Well, I bought me an airplane and learned to fly.
Oh, that's good.
No, that's bad.
How come?
Well, I was flying upside down the other day and I fell out of the darn thing.
Oh, that's bad.
No, that's good.
How come?
Well, I looked down under me and there's a great big old haystack.
That's good.
No, that's bad.
How come?
Well, I got a little closer. I saw a pitchfork aimed right at me.
Oh, that's bad.
No, that's good.
How come?
I missed a pitchfork.
Oh, that's good.
No, that's bad.
How come?
I missed a haystack, too.
That's bad.
No, that's good.
How come?
Well, I bounced around a few minutes. An ambulance came and took me to the hospital.
Oh, that's good.
No, that's bad.
How come?
Well, I was in the hospital there for a while, and I took a turn for the nurse.
That's bad.
No, that's good.
How come?
Well, my wife came in one day and caught me kissing this nurse.
Oh, that's bad.
No, that's good.
How come?
She said if that was the way I was going to act, I could have this pretty nurse. She's going to pack her clothes and go back home to Mama.
That's good.
You're darn right, that's good.
Who's gonna dry your big blue eyes day after day? man? Who's gonna chop your kindling wood after I've made new plans? Hey, who's gonna be your man? Well, who's gonna bring you your breakfast in bed? Who's gonna whisper goodnight? Who's gonna keep you warm as toast on those cold winter nights? And who's gonna be your puppy dog when I'm a thing of the past? Hey, who's gonna mow your grass? Well, who's gonna bring you your breakfast in bed? And who's gonna whisper goodnight? Who's gonna keep you warm as toast on those cold winter nights? And who's gonna be your puppy dog when I'm a thing of the past? Hey, who's gonna mow your grass? Hey, who's gonna mow your grass?
It seems to me if all the politicians in this country spent more time minding the store, we wouldn't have to spend as much time brushing our teeth.
Well, you know the old aunt I told y'all about never would go to town?
No, I don't remember.
Well, we got her to go the other day. She hadn't been to town I don't know when, and we got her to go the other day, and she got to walking around and just having a big time, you know. She's seeing a lot of sights she hadn't seen in a long time, and she got in one of these hotel lobbies, and she come up on one of these full-length mirrors, you know, where you see all of yourself in. She never had seen one before. She come up and she said, "Well, poor old thing, you look awful bad." She said, "I believe I'll go get you a sweet potato to eat." So she went and got a sweet potato and come back and handed it out and said, "Oh, yeah, I see you got one. I'll just eat this myself."
That was Grandpa Jones.
I crossed a tiger with a parrot.
What'd you get?
I don't know what I got, but when he talks, you'd better listen.
Come, my darling, and flee with me.
I can't do that. I'm wearing my daddy's breeches.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, I can see it in the paper now. Fleas in daddy's breeches.
Charlie Ferguson here. What's the big KORN news today? Well, we got here in the paper the wedding picture of Annie Hill and Ole Hefner Jr. Ole, he's a fine, big, manly-looking fella, just the spitting image of his mother. Mrs. Ole, she's a big-boned woman with a strawberry mark on the end of her chin on a Presbyterian. Well, it says here, before the wedding, the guest was taken all over to the groom's mother's grounds to see her beauty spots. And then a large crowd gathered to see Mrs. Ole Hefner knee Annie Hill. Oh, my Shauna, why'd she have to go and do that? That's downright sadistic.
I sent my picture to the Lonely Hearts Club.
Did you get an answer?
Yeah, they said they weren't that lonely. You haven't kissed me in a week.
Well, who have I been kissing then?
Here's Charlie Pride.
Standing by the door, he fell in love with the Indian maid over in He took her oh so far away, but Opelika stayed. Erlika, yo. Well, he stood there and he never let it show. Oh, she could never answer yes and no, 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 no. Poor Opelika, well, he never got a kiss. Poor Opelika, he don't know what he missed. Is it any wonder that his face was red? Well, I tell that poured over his
Did I see you a-kissing a pig this morning?
Yep.
How come?
Chapped lips.
Oh, does that cure 'em?
No, but I don't lick 'em.
Way down yonder in the cornfield.
I spent $500 to learn how to be an actor.
Did it work?
Yeah, I've already been taken for Rock Hudson.
You've been taken for $500 too.
Well, that joke ain't nothing to crow about.
Is it safe to kiss a man over 60? No, it's better to get him to drive a little slower.
Whoa, you'd better run that and buy me again.
Is it safe to kiss a man over 60? No, it's better to get him to drive a little slower.
You know, if we had a horse that could run good when it rained, then we'd have a mutter go to all this fodder.
You know, my brother's wife's 40. He didn't like her, so he traded her in on 220s.
Hey, Clem, I didn't sleep very well last night.
How come?
I had a noisy mattress.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the ticking kept me awake.
I wished it rained. Maybe this bunch would go home.
Hi, friends. I'm Sheb Wooley. I'd like you to meet a good friend of mine. He's just a little off tonight. But here he is, Ben Calder.
Hello. I see you standing there. Did I hurt you? Hello. Well, I sure did hit you square. Now one of us is plastered, and I'll let you get sure. Just imagine bumping into you. Hey, Wall, hello, hello. Why did you let them move the door? And the ceiling, hello, hello. Why, it used to be the floor. Someone came while I was out and changed you all around. Or could it be that I'm standing upside down? The chandelier, it's all lit up. You took a swing at me. Someone with the bathtub where the kitchen sink used to be. Hello, bedsheet. I guess I better lay me down. You know I can't sleep. Hell no, hell no. This bed keeps spinning around. There's a picture on the headboard I've seen them folks before. Son of a gun. I'm in the house next door.
Boy, that sure would tickle your prudes.
I hear your brother-in-law, Luke, up and done away with himself last week. How'd he do it?
Well, he laid down on the railroad tracks and he tied himself to the rail.
And then the train come along and ground him to pieces, huh?
No, he missed a train. Luke just laid there waiting for the next one and starved to death.
What did Paul Revere say at the end of his historic ride?
Whoa!
Hey, Grandpa, what's for supper?
Turtle stew with onions and crackers, wild greens, stewed auger holes, and bread pudding.
Yum, yum!
We interrupt this program to bring you an important pronouncement. Well, fairly important. Emery Rumble. You mind Emery? He's one of the old Horville Rumbles. There's always been a rumble around these parts. And he tells me he's having trouble with his pigs. Now, you take your average pig, whether it's your Poland, China, or your Tamworth. She's never too fussy as what he eats or where, as long as he gets a share. Well, last week, the rumble pigs was just a happy mess of hog jowls slobbering away. But this week, they won't eat a golden thing. Stand around looking at the dinner as if it was nothing but swill. Everyone says they're on a hunger strike. We don't know who's been at them, but they seem to be awfully well organized. Emery figures somebody's been telling them pigs of the world arise. You got nothing to lose but your hog collar. Maybe we'll get to the end of the tale next week.
Well, good night, Mr. Owens.
Good night, Mr. Clark.
And good night, everybody else. And we'll see you next week on
HEE HAW!
Also appearing on HEE HAW tonight, Sheb Wooley and his sidekick Ben Calder, Archie Campbell, Gordie Tapp, Jon Hager, Jeannine Riley, Grandpa Jones, Lulu Roman, Junior Sample, Jennifer Bishop, Susan Raye, Stringbean, Kathy Baker, Kingfish the Wonder Dog, the Buckaroos, and the Town and Country Singers.
That's all.